Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan once again, and today we're going to be doing another comic book review. We're going to be looking at Red Sonja issue number 12 right now. Same team as always. Thorun Grombeck and Giovanni Walter as the artist. This is a Lucia Perillo cover. I love the face. I think it's very cool. I don't like these weird like thingy mabobber shiny things that it has going on on the bra there. It's kind of odd. Otherwise it's fine, I guess. Nothing too special about this, nothing too bad about this either. It's just, it is what it is. It's another cover. Although I think the one for next issue is going to be really, really good, right? So, yeah. So it opens up with Grace, although I think she's supposed to be a god character, but I can't remember if we ever got her name for the god character that she's supposed to be, right? And she's trying to find her little sister because last time her little sister cried out for her after her aunt released the trolls because someone was going to kill her. And so Grace is trying to find her little sister. And we get to see that Ymir is killing some trolls and Erlich is making the dead into his army. So the dead are already his because he's like Hades, right? But at this point, he's forcing them to act as his army. I'm not really sure how that works because the vast majority of people that died in this context are like farmers and random people. But I guess if they can't die because they're already dead, turning them into a fighting force is pretty simple because nothing hurts them, so they can just continue to poke and prod at actual people that are gonna die, right? So yeah, and his army is self-expanding because more people that are dead, more people that are forced to do what he says, right? So that's pretty cool, but ultimately a bit odd. Like, it just doesn't make too much sense to me initially, right? That these people that are dead because they're the least fight capable are gonna be his like useful army, right? But it is what it is. We get to see that Sonja and the Black-Eyed God meet with Kulangath, and Sonja apologizes to the god because she realizes what happened here. Kulangath like played with them and manipulated them into being there at the right time in the right situation so that he would show up. And it's because it turns out that the Black-Eyed God is actually the soul of Erlich. And he's not actually his own god. He's like the soul that Erlich lost initially. And so he calls out to Erlich. He's like, I have your soul, come get it. And while this is happening, Sonja and he being Kulangath, are fighting. Sonja's caught by these black tendrils and they're trying to kill her, but they can't because when she left the convent, I can't remember, issue 7, I think, she was given this little bag of mystical herbs. And actually they're just normal herbs, but they're like magic, right? Because they have special properties to them. And so they give her a sort of blessing that makes it so that these dark webs can't hurt her. So she's still trapped, but she's not dying from them. So that's pretty cool. And Kulangath turns the Black-Eyed God into this soul ball. And Sonja is saved by her bag of herbs. Erlich goes to Kulangath. Grace shows up to save her sister. And Ymir is impressed by Sonja and Grace, and I think mostly Grace, because he recognizes her as a godly entity, but again, he doesn't tell us who it is. But she seems to be some sort of nature spirit, right? She's like, I don't know, Gaia or something, like a Earth Mother type spirit. And Kulangath trades Erlich's army for the ball that he has that is Erlich's soul. And Erlich accepts, and he gives the army over to Kulangath, and magically he gets the power over them. However, the ball doesn't actually go to Erlich. I think at this point, Sonja is freed from her black tendrils that are holding her down. She attempts to cut down Kulangath, and the black soul, the Black-Eyed God's soul ball, enters Sonja's chest, and it becomes hers now. And then she goes to Ymir alongside Grace to ask him for help. They kind of goad him into fighting for them, which is kind of funny. And I think one of them, tells the other, like, hey, this is dangerous. If he decides that he doesn't like what we're telling him, he can kill both of us. It's like they're playing with fire there, right? But thankfully, Ymir manages to take their side likes what they're saying and helps them. And so the battle continues. And Erlich turns into the big bad character because now he's hunting down Sonja, right? So the Cool and Gath story isn't really making too much sense to me. Like, I think I don't understand his motivation. I understand, like, he's evil, so he's gonna do evil things. But usually, these characters at least have some semblance of, like, a reason. And he already came back to life. I don't know what other reason he would have to do any of this, right? So that's a bit disappointing. But Erlich, like, the transfer of the big bad position from Cool and Gath to Erlich is pretty cool, because Sonja basically has to fight the devil now, and that's awesome. But at the same time, and he's much more understandable, right? Like, he wants his soul, Sonja has it, so he has to kill Sonja to get it. And that's much more understandable. But if he's lived forever without his soul, can't he wait until she dies, like a few more years basically, and then take it? Like, I feel like this god would, like, probably be pretty patient, because Sonja is not necessarily, like, a servant of his, right? But she definitely kills a lot of people, and so she could kind of finesse, like, you know, hey man, I give you a lot of people for your domain. Can't you just wait a little bit? Like, I feel like there's an easier way to solve this than, you know, turning this devil character into the ultimate bad guy. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused about it. I still don't think this should have run this long. I feel like it's been quite a lot. And it's exciting and cool, and I really love Walter Giovanni's artwork, and I think the story is cool and interesting, but it just feels a bit too decompressed, if that makes sense. Like, it feels too long. Like, I think it should have gone by faster, and I don't know if that's because these issues feel really short, or if it's because, like, I'm actually not that interested in the story and I just can't tell. I'm not really sure, because I'm liking this. I don't think it's bad. I just feel like it's moving really slowly. Like, there's this big kind of, like, overarching thing that's supposed to happen, and I know that it's coming, but it just feels like it's coming all the time, and it just never actually gets here, right? If that makes sense. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Red Sonja number 12. I will try to stop collecting this at some point, because I'm kind of getting bored of it, but at the same time, I'm always like, well, there's only 2 more issues left. And then they kind of keep expanding beyond that, and I'm just like, well, shit, right? I still want to know what happens. And I really dislike having incomplete runs, in the sense that if I decide to collect something, I would prefer to keep all of that, because selling off a half-completed set of issues is just really annoying. No one really wants to buy them. People that were interested already have those first few issues and already got rid of them if they didn't want them. So it's kind of hard to sell, right? But yeah, so anyway, that's Red Sonja number 12. Those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of Red Sonja so far in this 50th anniversary run, right? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys later.